iOS 26 is officially here. Yeah, that name is actually it. It looks like most of the rumors were true, and this is one of, if not the biggest iOS upgrades we have ever seen, really since the glory days of Sir Johnny Ive, back with iOS 7 in 2013. Let me break down everything you need to know from this WWDC major announcement, the good stuff, the bad stuff, the new features, and also you can get this new version of iOS on your iPhone right now, and you can do it totally for free, though there are some risks involved. Let me tell you how to do that and everything you need to know about the new iOS for this year. Now, of course, there are a lot of app-specific features, and there are some things under the hood we can talk about, but really, like, starting surface level here, the main thing you're gonna notice is a pretty stark redesign. Apple, as the rumors suggested they would, are really leaning into the Vision OS style of software aesthetics, giving us more translucency and pop-out menus, and just, I don't want to say it's like skeuomorphic, but it's more lifelike and a little bit less flat than what we've had from iOS for years and years and years now. Not as, flat as iOS 7 was back in the day, but definitely just a bit of a different pop, I'd say, for iOS, which is a pretty big departure from what we've had from the last couple of years. And in my opinion, I think it looks pretty good, at least from the 20 minutes I've seen it so far. So Apple is calling this all-new design language Liquid Glass, and basically all elements of iOS 26 are made of liquid glass, from the lock screen to the home screen, app elements, app icons, everything here is liquid glass. Couple of things here to note right off the bat. Number one, of course, the lock screen is now liquid glass, but also there is a new animated album artwork sort of mode here that you can turn on that basically will make whatever you're listening to a little bit more interesting than like the static album artwork we've had before. And then also there's 3 new modes for sort of the overall look of the OS. There's of course the 2 standard ones, light mode and dark mode, but now there's also a clear mode if you want something that really embraces liquid glass basically all over. Like rumors suggested, the camera app has now been totally overhauled and actually kind of simplified now, with basically on the surface just the 2 main modes you're going to use, either photo mode or video mode, and then you can swipe in either direction to get more control and also jump into more of those different modes like cinematic mode for video or portrait mode for photos. Kind of nice. They're kind of cleaning up the clutter and just letting you see more of what you're capturing. Also, you know that Apple never wants to admit defeat, but they did kind of say it without explicitly saying it. The Photos app has been tweaked now. Tabs are back to more easily navigate around the app. So if you haven't been a huge fan of the redesign that we got last year, that is now kind of fixed in iOS 26. In Safari, Liquid Glass is sort of going all in there as well, actually giving you more space to see the web page. So the web page sort of extends more edge to edge of the screen, which is nice. The whole search bar apparatus is now much smaller and can shrink when you're scrolling through the web page. Like rumors suggested, there's also going to be a new option for a unified sort of look in the phone app that sort of brings everything together in sort of one unified space if you don't want to jump between all those different tabs. And then the call screening feature is also super cool. Basically now, instead of just seeing, spam call detected, it sort of works. I know Google's got a solution like this, where basically it will answer the call automatically for you, basically allow you to gather information automatically from the machine on who's calling and what the purpose is, and then your phone rings and basically then you can see what the purpose is. We've had this sort of in voicemail screening for a while, but now this is a bit more preemptive when someone actually, with an unknown number, or I guess a registered spam number detects it, calls you, you're sort of getting a first line of defense that takes care of that for you before you actually have to pick up the phone, if you even choose to pick it up at all. And there's also a new feature called Hold Assist that basically, if you're on hold, the phone will automatically detect you are on hold. It'll basically take your place in line. You can basically like swipe away from the call, do your thing, and not have to listen to that boring background music, and then you'll be notified once an agent actually returns back. So nice little quality of life things that we deal with on the phone all the time. Inside of Messages, beyond just the new interface with Liquid Glass, there is now the ability to add a background to your message. So if you want something a la Telegram or WhatsApp, you can have that look. And then inside of Group Chats, a couple of new features here that some of you might appreciate. You can now run polls. You can now send cash and receive cash through Apple Cash. And then now Group Chats also support typing indicators, so you can see who's actually typing and responding in a group chat. There are also some new built-in screening tools for unknown numbers and potential spam text inside of the Messages app as well. And then, kind of at least surprising for me, Apple did spend some time talking about a number of Apple Intelligence updates without actually admitting anything was wrong. For example, there is now the ability to do image creation with sort of the Genmoji you knew before, plus now actually going through the ChatGPT engine. So presumably this should give you actually now usable digital images you can create right on your iPhone with the whole Apple Intelligence thing. And then also Apple is now introducing visual intelligence beyond the camera app, but now on your screen. So the idea is you could take a screenshot of something and then use visual intelligence to look up to see, hey, where can I buy that jacket? Or hey, add this to my calendar. I think this was sort of what Siri was supposed to be able to do last year, but now I guess it's a new feature or something like that. It's visual intelligence for the screen coming with iOS 26. Couple of other odds and ends to round things out. There's a new Games app for playing games, managing games, playing games with friends. You're now able to do a couple of package tracking different things inside of the Wallet app and some small minor updates with the Wallet app as well. Apple Maps now has the ability to track where you've been, so you can sort of look up places you visited, and also, of course, you can delete those if you need to. Apple did mention that. And then a number of new live translation abilities are now live or will be live in iOS 26 in the Messages app, the phone app for like a phone call, and also FaceTime as well. So if you want to be able to talk to somebody in a different language, iOS 26 is going to make that a bit easier to do with the help, presumably, of the smarts of Apple Intelligence and all the on-device power. Now, I'll also say that I have been sort of looking over some WWDC stuff really quickly, and I do think there are some sort of hints at what's coming with the iPhone 17 lineup, but I'll save that for a future video. But for now, I want to say that if you like what you see with this new version of iOS and you do want to get it right now, you can do it for free. And there are two main ways you can do this, and also a ton of risk. So let me just tell you right now, you have been warned. Now, back in the day, comment down below if you remember the olden days of IPSWs and beta profiles and this and that. Apple used to hide this behind a paywall. It was super complicated and annoying. Now, these days, it's free. All you've got to do right now is go to developer.apple.com. It's the Apple developer portal. You can create a free account if you don't already have one, and you can get the beta version of iOS installed on your iPhone right now. If you're really fast on this video, it might not be there just yet, but give it a couple hours and it will be there. And basically you agree to some stuff and you basically will install this sort of like any old software update on your iPhone. Apple has really streamlined this process, and it's really nice and really easy, and it's fun, and it sort of gives you first dibs and first access to all of the new features, though there are a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one, you've probably noticed this trend with Apple lately. They announce features and show them off at WWDC, but they don't come for quite some time. So don't expect every feature here that was shown off to be here on day one. Some of these are inevitably going to be delayed and pushed off a little bit. So just know that you're not going to get everything right away. The second big thing to know is that the developer beta is sort of the bleeding edge of what Apple is releasing, but it also has a lot of issues. Most commonly, you're going to have issues with battery life, cellular connectivity, app support might be wonky, the camera might be wonky. Basically, if you're okay taking your phone and jumbling it up and sort of rolling the dice every time you use it, maybe it'll be good today, maybe it won't be. That is basically what the beta experience is going to give you. Things can change wildly from one version to the other, so maybe it's good on this version, then it's bad on the other. Basically, just know that you're sort of walking on eggshells with this thing, and it could be bad or it could be good. So just know that there are some risks involved, especially going with the beta route. And also, if you run into issues and you have to restore your phone or leave the beta, it can also just kind of be complicated for the first couple of weeks. So just know, if you're going to do this today, do it at your own risk, and I probably wouldn't put it on your main phone, though I know many of you are going to do it anyway, so just, I can say, you've been warned. Now, if you still want to get all the new features and try them out, but you don't want to be on as far of the cutting edge as the developer beta is, there is, of course, what's called the public beta. This is basically the same thing. It's just a version or two behind the developer beta. It's usually more stable and gives the public that's really generally intended for everybody who's not an app developer, the chance to play around with these features and try it out on your own devices, so on and so forth. You can get the public beta probably in the next couple of weeks or the next month or so. Apple usually spaces it out a bit. So if you want to go the public route, you can do so. It's free. Again, basically the same install process, but it's not out just yet. So if you want it today, go the developer beta route, do it at your own risk. You want to wait a little bit, wait for the public beta, which should be coming probably sometime in July, hopefully sooner, but you never sort of know with Apple. All right, everybody, so I am ultra curious. What are your thoughts on this? Did Apple deliver on the hype and the promises? Were the leaks what you were expecting? Are you going to be putting this beta on your phone right now? And really, is this enough to get you excited about the iPhone and the future of Apple software again? Or is this sort of too little too late and like a fresh coat of paint on a system with some really flawed big issues? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see you in the next one.